The goal of this video series is to focus on wellness. What do you think of when you think of wellness? Let me ask you that. I'm guessing that the first thing that probably comes to mind is, oh, I don't know, eating right, getting exercise. Well, while those may very well be the cornerstone of the things that we consider when we talk about wellness, I'd like to challenge you to think about other things also when you think of wellness. Hi, my name is Sandy Minardi. I'm with Sandman Financial, and I am so excited to be here with you all today, here at the library, doing some wonderful things so that we can reach out and touch everyone with some ideas on wellness. And today's topic, like I mentioned, we're going to talk about financial wellness. So it affects everyone at every age. It doesn't matter if you're young, single, older, retired. I mean, we all struggle with financial situations and financial wellness. We all tend to lose sleep, I would say, at some point over our lives as far over finances as well. Now, before you start thinking that this video is just about money, let me assure you it's not. I want to encourage you to think about your current financial situation. Look it straight on. I mean, like head on. Don't be one of those people that buries your head in the sand and just hope that things will change in the future, because they won't. It may even intensify if you don't make the decision to look at it head on and go ahead and deal with exactly where you are today. It might not be where you want to be tomorrow, but that's okay, because what you can do today is what you can control. That peace that you will get from going ahead and taking a look at that situation, I believe, will be way worth more than any amount of money that's in the bank, because you'll know where you are and you'll know what you need to do to get where you want to be. Let's review your budget. It's a great place to begin, and even if you have a good grip on your budget, it certainly merits taking a second quick look to see if you can refine some things and improve a few things. One of the places I think it's valuable for us to look is at your assets versus your liabilities. What are assets? Okay, assets are going to be things like what is in your checking account, your savings account, CDs, investments, 401ks. And it doesn't necessarily include your mortgage. It can, but there's a lot of people that don't include your mortgage because you probably still owe money on your mortgage. So let's put that aside, but look at all of your other assets. Next, you look at your liabilities, all of your bills, the things that you owe money on, student loans, credit card debt, that's a biggie, and all of the other things that go into the things that you pay every month. So at the end of that exercise, looking at all of your assets minus your liabilities, you come up with your net worth. All right? Now, is it negative or is it positive? I got to tell you, if it's negative, you aren't alone. There are approximately 16 million Americans that have negative net worth. So what does that mean? What does it mean when you think about net worth? The thing that you have to look at is where you want to be and how you can turn that money or turn that picture into something in a positive way. How do you do that? That's the next tip. You look at your budget. You look at your monthly expenses. What are your wages? What's your income? How many other assets do you have coming in every month? Do you get dividends? Do you have other sources of income? And then subtract from that number your expenses. My gosh, that's going to be that is going to be your mortgage and your car payments and your credit card bills. Also your utilities, also any kind of living expense, cell phone bills, streaming services. That's a really biggie, actually. That we need to look at, or how much do we eat out? Look at all of those things and look at your income and subtract your expenses. Do you have money left over? That's our hope and that's our goal. If you have money left over, then your goal is to take that money and put it in a savings account or a money market account. The goal of doing a budget is called a zero-based budget, meaning every dollar that you have coming in and that you have going out has a home, has a place to go. So if you get to the end of the month and you've got an extra $100, put it in a savings account. I have a friend that did this. She is on a fixed income, and she went through her income and her expenses, and you know what she found out? She found out that she was spending over $200 on fast food one month. And she decided, oh my gosh, no wonder I don't have as much left over to be able to put in savings. So the next month she decided to tackle that and limit how much she ate out. And guess what? She called me and said, I have $240 to put in my savings account. That's a victory. So when you think about your income and your expenses, look at ways to trim. Hey, the library is a perfect example. You can come here and check out books and DVDs rather than going someplace to either Amazon or some other place and buying them. Then you can utilize that, and that can help trim your budget. Your library is here to serve you. We all kind of pay for it, so you might as well take advantage of it, okay? If you need help getting your budget under control and learning more tips about how to do that, one source that I know of is Dave Ramsey. There's a lot of people that love him. There's a lot of things that I do like about his process, and budgeting and learning how to get on top of your financial situation is one of the things I love. There are classes in just about every community. They're online. So Dave Ramsey is a really great resource if you need some help. One of the things that he is a proponent of is what he calls snowballing debt payments. So what does that mean? Snowballing means, the way he uses it is he says, look at all your credit card debt as an example. What is your lowest credit card bill? And he is a proponent of paying that one off first. And then once you do that, you get a sense of accomplishment. So you can take the amount that you paid on that, add it to the next credit card, and pay more on the next credit card, and so on and so on. Now, some people will argue you ought to tackle your high interest credit cards or your high interest debt, whatever it is, first. And in fact, my husband is a proponent of that theory. But Ramsey's idea is that if you utilize the smallest amount that you owe and you have success, then emotionally you're charged up. I'm making progress. I am being successful at accomplishing something, and that it will motivate you to continue the process. So that is just I think a huge asset and a place to be able to start. Obviously you need to probably quit using your credit cards too. Is a really big tip there. But so once you've mastered your budget and you're on your way to financial success, he will call it financial freedom, then it's time to dream a little, set some goals, and begin to envision what you want your future to look like. Do you have college education to pay for your kids? Is that on your list of goals? Do you want to travel later in retirement or enjoy your grandkids? Let yourself dream a little bit and begin to establish some goals that will help you make those dreams become a reality. I like to say, get in the game where you're at and start today. So if there's anything you take away from this, it would be that exact point. Get in the game today where you're at and start. Don't worry about if you're not where you want to be, because every little step that you can take will take you a step closer to ultimately being able to realize your dreams and make those goals and dreams a reality in your life. Now, I'm going to go quickly full circle here. We're talking about financial wellness, right? So wellness, as we said at the beginning of this video, has to do with exercise and eating right and doing all of those wonderful things. They're important too. They actually, believe it or not, affect your finances as well. Let me explain. There is some research that I read by a company, some executives of a company of Healthy Capital and Health View Services. They are companies that are growing in popularity, and they are a proponent that really believe in behavior modification and being able to look at taking steps towards improving your health is going to also improve your pocketbook. An example from one of the white papers I read, this is crazy. They're a 45-year-old woman who decided to get control of her health. She had high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes, and got her weight and her diabetes and all of that under control. She had been spending approximately $3,300 a year on her health. Now, you get healthy, guess what? Take that $3,300 and invest it instead. And from age 45 to 65, you would have an estimated, this used an example of 6% interest, okay? You would have an estimated $108,000 in savings towards your retirement. So yeah, I would say that health really can play a huge part of your financial well-being as well. So with that, I would encourage you to talk to a financial services professional or a tax advisor to get some help, look at some other online tools, and make that first day today towards reaching your goal of financial wellness.